In this video we'll be discussing about different citing periodicals or periodicals with missing authors or with missing dates or with multiple authors of the same initials, the same surname. So let's start with that of missing author with date. To cite a periodical or a research material, especially journals, articles with author but with missing author but the date is not present, or the date is present, then this is what we do. Cite the first phrase with the year with each word in upper lowercase and close the citation with quotation mark. For instance, an example here: police brutality in the past led to the present protest in the country, and you cite this way. Since because this it assumed that this particular article where this quotation is or this paraphrase was taken from has missing author, so we use the first phrase from the article, which is police brutality, in enclosed in parentheses, as you can see here. Another example again: inequality and injustice are prerequisite for social vices. Then we use the first phrase, inequality and injustice, the first phrase of this article, for instance, as in place of the missing author, then the year in parentheses. Now supposing we have an article where the author's name is present but the date of publication is not present. So this is what we do to cite an article with missing date. Then we cite the authors, then we use n.d. in place of the missing date, which stands for no date. Now look at the example here. According to Johnson, then in parentheses we have nd in place of the missing year, then continuously like that. Then we can also put it in parenthetical citation style in this form, whereby the author's name is there separated by a comma, then n.d. standing for the missing date. Now citing two authors with same surname. The two authors have the same surname but they are different persons, different article, different persons, different authors. Then how do we cite it? So to cite them, we include the abbreviation of the first author's name initials in the citation, even if the year of publication are different or they are the same. Now let's take an example. Here we can see in this parenthetical citation style, we can see the s.isa and deco 2020, which is for one article. Then for the other article is m.isa slash comma then 2019. You can see these are two different persons, s.isa and m.isa, because in order to clear ambiguity in citation, then we need to bring in the initials of the two authors so as to separate the two authors, to tell the audience that these two authors are different. Now we can also put it in this form, in the narrative style, in this form. Now supposing where the authors have the same surname and their initials are also the same, so the given names will be written in full. This is an example here. The two leaders were engaged in a war of words, Bilkisu Ibrahim 2018 and Bala Ibrahim 2018. Here is to clear an ambiguity as well, because if we are to use the style from the previous one, we abbreviate the initial of the author's name, then it will look the same. So in order to clear such ambiguity, then we bring the full name, the name in full, and cite. We can also put it in this way, in the narrative citation style, where the statement will be part of the narrative and the citation will be part of the narrative. Citing from a secondary source. Actually, we need to cite from material that you have read, but as you are reading a material, you found that the author have cited a work, but you have not seen that work. That work is become a secondary source. So how do we cite it? In order to do that, the original author and the year are stated, then as cited in the secondary source. But let's take an example for more clarification. For instance, we can have Fred 2010 cited in Ronald 2018. This means that it is within the Ronald's article that Fred's statement was found, but in the reference you are only to use that of the Ronald reference, not the Fred reference. You can also put it in this way: within the confine of research, then Fred separated by a comma 2010, then with a semicolon, then in Ronald, because this is the main source of where this information was found. Now, direct citation verbatim of 40 words and above. In order to do that, to cite a work that is above 40 words, you have to uplift the words verbatim, word for word, and these words are above 40 words. How do we cite it? In order to do that, you indent the quotation as a freestanding block hanging 0.5 from the margin without the use of quotation mark. Now let's take an example here. You can see the notion is heavily supported by the statement of Rootman and Keeper, and continuously like that. Now look at the word that is lifted from the work of Rootman and Keeper. You can see it is a little bit separated from the margin by 0.5, then standing as a free block. Then you can see the page number also has to be included. This is the narrative citation style, but in parenthetical citation style you can cite it this way. The notion is captured in the following statement, continuously like that. Now you can see also this statement is standing 0.5 indented away from the margin. Thank you for listening, and we'll meet you in the next video.